And somehow these items just sneak up on me and start piling them up. So piling them up, they don't start piling them up. Welcome back to the channel. It is the Star Wars Daddy again, nonstop, coming back to you with a bunch of Star Wars content. And as you can see, I've got a new shirt, another new shirt. This is from Rogue5Toys.com, which is their Facebook sales page. You gotta check them out. There are also 5 Idiots Talking Toys on YouTube, and all those links are in the description below. But why am I wearing this shirt and supporting them? Because they have supported me 100%. And the majority, probably, of the items that you see behind me is all from their sales page. And in today's video is a mail haul of over a month worth of items that I've picked up. And many of these items are from Rogue5 Toys. We've got comics. We've got baggied figures. We've got mint on card, signed by actors items. I didn't know what to say there. We've got mint on card graded. We've got Little Letty. And we have got boxed items. One of these boxed items, which you probably already know what it is because you've seen the thumbnail. But this thing is huge. It cost $400 just to have it shipped to me from AFA after it got recased. The original casing had a crack on it when I purchased it, so I sent it off, and it cost quite a fortune to get back to me. This thing is, I'm telling you, I should show the footage from my security camera that shows me so nervous opening this item and getting the bubble wrap off of it. And then when I saw it, I literally, the hair stood up on my arms. It is amazing, and I cannot wait to show you guys all these incredible items. Again, the last video that came out about a month ago, and it's right here. I'm going to show a little picture of that video. You got to go check that out. I think we have over 1,000 views on this video, which is amazing, and that was only a month ago. Somehow, all of these items pile up on me, and then it's time for a video, which is great because it gives me content. If you're watching this video, you probably already know, and if you've seen any of the other videos recently, that currently I am in Indonesia, probably in Bali by this point. And make sure to check out all of the little shorts that I have done. I took an action figure with me and made shorts to make vlogs of the entire trip. I've also stopped in a bunch of different toy stores and made videos of that to see if I can find anything Kenner vintage of any toy lines. I don't care. I'm going to go in. I'm going to film it all. And we're hopefully going to find something exciting that I can make a video out of. Make sure before we do anything else, I need you to do something real special for me. If you love these videos, show me some love by hitting that like button, the subscribe button if you haven't already, and that bell notification so you can be notified of all upcoming content, which it's never ending here with the Star Wars Daddy. So enough of all this chatter and talking and wasting everybody's time. Let's get into all of these items. Okay, we're going to start off with some comics that I picked up. And this is Batman number 359 from May of 1983. It is Dan Jurgens' first comic book work and the first Killer Croc cover with face revealed. This Batman comic, obviously it's DC, but it's PGX certified here, so graded by PGX at a 9.4 in its white pages. And there's the back. We get a little advertisement in television, but pretty cool cover. This would be my second Batman comic, but my first one that I would say is vintage, at least being from 1983. The other one I have is more of a modern Batman one, and so glad to add this to collection. The next comic is a squid head cover. It's from Star Wars number 54 from 2018, and it's a variant cover for that Star Wars number 54. And I just did a feature on Squidhead, who is Tessic, in I think episode 19 of my eBay listing videos. And it's a 9.6 from CGC. We got the back there, and it's a Star Wars advertisement, which is nice, from xwing.com. But glad to add this into my collection. Next one here, I was persuaded by John, the action figure grader, to pick this up from Rogue 5 Toys. The price I could not argue with, and it's Star Wars Adventures Ghosts of Vader Castle number 4 from 2021, and it's the Retailer Incentive Edition, 9.8 by CGC. The cover is amazing. Just look at all the black and white ink on this is just, I mean, it just pops completely. And on the back, we got Sonic the Hedgehog on the back. Perfect. That will actually lead into something sort of video game-ish that is coming up here after the comics. Awesome item. And the last one of the comics is Star Wars War of the Bounty Hunters number 1 from 2021. It's the Mike Mayhew Studio Virgin Edition, CGC graded 9.8. And I have a bunch of other War of the Bounty Hunter comics that I showed in my comic book video. And yeah, there's the back. One of the comics I have looks almost just like this, except it's got Boba Fett right there. And super awesome artwork. I mean, look at Boba Fett. How can you not appreciate the artwork on there? And me in the reflection. Look at that. I am Boba Fett. Ooh. Next up is a Nintendo 64. I picked up this box, actually, for a pretty cheap price. If you saw the last video that I did of my recent pickups, you'll see that I got a Sega Genesis, a vintage one, that was the same one that I had when I was a kid, and that was in the box, and it was all the original parts. And so this is just the box, but I have just recently picked up an original Nintendo 64, original cables and the controller, and they're all going to go inside of this. And this has the plastic insert. As you can see in here, it's a plastic insert that'll hold everything in there. It's got all the original paperwork. And so I'll fuse these together, and this is going to go next to my Sega Genesis. And this is probably my second favorite gaming system that I played the most when I was a teenager and early 20s. This is what I played the most of. I had so many games. I worked at Blockbuster Video, and they would always have all the video games and stuff that we were renting. They were up for super cheap on used, and I would get my discount. I think it was like 20% discount, and so I would just snag every single game that I wanted to play, and that was an awesome time in my life. All right, now we've got some baggies, and we've got a B-Wing baggie figure, and I'm not sure. I didn't look up the exact baggie of what this is. It's got a little bit of print fading here on the Hong Kong. Otherwise, the bag is sealed. It's vacuum sealed. It has one little hole back here, which is what Kenner would do. They put a little hole in there just to make sure air got in and out and kept the figure fresh. But you can see it's complete. He's got his little blaster down here and sending this off for grading. Another baggie is the Hoth Luke Skywalker, and the print on this bag is awesome. It's solid blue. There are no scratches on this bag. It does have a little bit of just some wrinkles and stuff on it that kind of make it look like it's not very clear, but it really is a clear baggie. It's just got some wrinkles that cause it to look like it's not as see-through as it should be. But this figure is in awesome condition. A couple marks on the elbows for this. This is probably going to be an 80. Is my guess on this baggie. And I bet you that B-Wing is probably going to be an 80 as well. The figure is actually nicer in that one, and the baggie is a little bit worn on the B-Wing. And this one has a super nice baggie, but the figure has a couple little marks and stuff on the elbows. So they're probably both going to end up being 80s. Okay, I have a modern Power of the Force 2 prune face. And it's signed by Hugh Sprite, who was a puppeteer back in Return of the Jedi, and he was a Gamorrean guard pig, and he also played Pruneface, and so he's got his signature up there. And I have the JSA certification that's already been done on the signature, so I'm sending this off to be graded, which will save me time already having the JSA there, and saves me $35 that CAS charges for that. And it's also got the freeze frame little clip there, which is super nice. But this looks awesome. I cannot wait to get this graded and to get this back. It's going to look awesome in my collection. I got another signed figure. It is a Weequay. Again, both these signed figures were both suggested by John, the action figure grader, through his Patreon, and I believe also from one of his videos. But if you haven't checked him out, you got to go become a subscriber on YouTube. Join his Patreon, and he sends out all kinds of links to amazing items that he finds on eBay. He does all the work for you, and you can just click through and purchase the items you want. And this was one of those items. And look, so this is signed by Dickie Beers, who is a stunt guy during Return of the Jedi. I don't believe he did any stunts for Weequay or was Weequay. So I think he just signed this because someone had it. He was from, he helped make the films, and that's why someone had him sign this. But it's, again, got a JSA certification, and I'm going to send this off to be graded. And just look at that green. The ink is incredible looking on this figure. And again, another item I cannot wait to get back into my collection. All right, I have a boxed Wampa, and this is going to be sent off for a qualified grade. It is open here in the top, but it has all the inserts and everything, and the figure looks to be unused or unplayed with. Looks super nice, and so sending this one off to be graded as well. I already have a loose graded Wampa, which when I get this one back and graded, I most likely will sell off the loose graded one and just keep this boxed item. The box art is just incredible. And I mean, it's got this ding that's right here. So I'm guessing this is probably a 75. Maybe it gets a 75 plus. We'll see. But it looks just incredible, and I can't wait to get that graded. All right, I have a KB 2-pack with Bib Fortuna and Han Solo with the trench coat. And yeah, we've got some issues. There's a little bit of a hole here and rippage in the bottom of the blister. And there's a big crease going through the top there of the card. Back of the card doesn't look too bad, honestly. It's really just kind of the front that has the dings on it. But these are just super hard to find, and they're always expensive. But I picked this up for a super cheap price, again suggested by John, the action figure grader, and I'm sending this off for grading. You're like, what? Why would you send that off for grading? These get graded all the time. They come back with like 20s and 30s and 40s, and so I don't care. I want this to be preserved and encased in acrylic and look super nice, and so that's why I'm sending it off to be graded. And I'm guessing it's going to get a 40 because I think the blister is going to get a 40. The card is probably going to get a 50, and then the figures will get 80s or 85s, and I should get an overall 40 is my guess. But we'll see. It's going to be a test to see what this thing will come back as. And, again, another item I cannot wait to get graded and back in my collection. Another item suggested by John, the action figure grader. I guess I cannot stop purchasing items that he suggests. And this is the 2022 Hasbro, the Vintage Collection VC number 245, Obi-Wan Kenobi, the Wandering Jedi from the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. It's graded a 90 uncirculated by CAS. I mean, someone sent in the shipper box that was sealed that had all these figures inside of it. And CAS then opened the shipper box and pulled out all the items to grade them. It gets that uncirculated designation. Look at the back. I mean, this thing is incredible. And I got this at such a good deal. I even put in an offer that was lower than the already good deal, and the person accepted. And so the reason I purchased this is because I just recently rewatched the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. And I have to say, I love the series. Yes, Princess Leia in the beginning 3 episodes is annoying, and she's running away, and she's the only reason that trouble is happening is because of her, and she's sassy, and the acting isn't the best, but Ewan McGregor is amazing. And his scenes with Darth Vader are just incredible. And the end fight scene between him and Darth Vader is, I think, the greatest lightsaber duel that's ever been filmed by Star Wars. It is amazing. And to see Obi-Wan go from, forgetting pretty much everything that had to do with the Force, and every episode learning something and relearning and retraining himself to become more powerful than he'd ever been is awesome. And I love the series, and you can't argue with me. It's an incredible series. You got to watch it again. Watch it all the way through. I even just watched the Andor series over again and love that one. But I think that got a better response from most people that watched Andor. And it was amazing watching that over again. I'm going to go watch Ahsoka again as well and see if I can't like it more than I did the first time through. Okay, well, guess what? John the Action Figure Grader had this one as something to buy too because it was a great deal, and I purchased it. And it came back. It's a 1983 Kenner Star Wars Return of the Jedi 77 back a IG-88 with a 75 grade. The card got an 80, the blister got a 75, and the figure got an 80. And I think John said it was probably going to be a 75 or an 80, and it was just too good of a deal. And here it all is. Here's the back. It's in great condition. There's a couple little bumps on the blister up in here, which is why it got dinged on the blister score. And the figure, just maybe some paint application to that bandolier is probably the only issue on the figure. But another mint on card that I'm going to be adding to my collection. I think I'm up to maybe 13 mint on cards, and I think they're all Return of the Jedi or Power of the Force with the coin cards. All right, we've got some 4-in-1s. Here is a Russian bootleg Oratet graded 75. It's a 2003 Oratet Limited Star Wars Yoda articulated bootleg mint on card. The card got a 75. The blister got an 85. The figure got a 90. This thing's incredible. It even has a little stamp from, I'm assuming it says March, but it's actually a backwards N here with the line over it. So it must be something in Russian, M-A-N, backwards N, 2003. They stapled the blisters onto the cards back then. I think CAS is the only one that will grade this as a mint on card because of the staples. I think AFA won't grade them, or I heard something like that. There's a grading company that will not grade them because of the staples, because it could have just been replaced with staples. So, but super awesome item. John the Action Figure Grader, I think, just got one of these. I think he has this loose graded, the Yoda, what he had on one of his videos. And I had picked this up from Chris at 5 Idiots Talking Toys, maybe over the summer, and then sent it off to be graded. And just a super awesome item. It goes along with my Oratet Bossk that you saw in my Bossk video, which will be put up right here. And I have a Chewbacca Oratet being loose graded right now at CAS. And then I'll come back and I'll have 3 of these Russian bootlegs. All right, you guys, here's another amazing item I got from Rogue 5 Toys, 5 Idiots Talking Toys, Chris. And this is an Admiral Akbar Lil Eddie custom graded, loose, with the card back behind it. And this came back at an 80. It's a... let's see here, a COO2 line Hong Kong, displayed with card back, all the other things I said. There's the card back. Some kid who had this in Mexico marked off all the items that he'd already had on the back. It is the positive card back. There's a negative card back that is all black, and the ink is all white for the figures. And I've got some figures coming back from grading that are going to have that, and those are more scarce to find. But the condition of this card back is amazing too. I mean, literally the blister just pulled right off. Otherwise, the card is awesome. It's just unfortunate it didn't still have the blister, huh? Still sealed. This thing would be worth a fortune. But yeah, super amazing item. It goes with some of the other ones that I showed that are graded just the same like this. I think I have the Princess Leia And I think there was one other figure that is custom graded like this. I have 2 more coming back to me right now where there was a little mess up. And I think I showed that in a video with Paplu and Lumat. They switched the figures into the wrong grades. So they were in front of the wrong card backs. And so that's just been fixed. And I'm just waiting for them to ship those back to me. And then we'll show them in a future video. And then I've got a Luke Skywalker. And I've got a Death Squad Commander, etc., etc. I think I've got like 6 other ones that are graded just like this that are coming back. Don't be cracked, please. Be in one piece. So nervous. I'm so nervous right now. Okay, let's check it out. No crackadoodle doos. Oh my gosh, dude, it looks so nice. Oh my gosh. It's an 85, AFA 85. It is so nice. It's so nice. Oh my gosh. It is so nice. Oh my gosh, it is so nice. Wow, AFA 85. It's like winning the damn lottery. And now for the grand finale, we have a mint and sealed box, Imperial Shuttle Vehicle, graded 85 by AFA, just came back from getting resealed or re-acryliced because I had a big crack in the one that I'd purchased from 5 Idiots Talking Toys and Rogue 5 Toys. But it was part of the deal. We knew it was cracked, and so the price was down for it. It was an auction style that Chris did, and I bid the minimum bid price, and that's what it sold for. And it was still very expensive. And getting this back from grading was very expensive, as I talked about before. It cost $400 to have this shipped to me. I think it was only maybe $130 to have it recased. And I mean, this thing is amazing. It's hard. Well, look at the thumbnail. You'll see how big it is. It doesn't look like it's that big, but this thing is giant. And no cracks on this acrylic. This acrylic is thick. It looks awesome. It's super clear and brand new looking. And I don't know where this is even going to go. So I have got to get more room. If we see this collection, I have on the floor down there. Let me zoom in. These are all the new loose graded items that I got in that I had a video about, all that I just posted, and it'll show up here in the corner. And I have no place for them. And I think there's maybe about 15 of them sitting there. So all this space is filled. I maybe have some space that I can put up there, take those posters down. I've got some space up there to take some of those posters down and put up some more acrylic shelving. But I think what's going to end up happening is this wall over here. I'm going to put acrylic shelving off of each row of those framed records and LPs and stuff that are up there, and just go from the side walls in. And then I think I might put some stuff around the TV here. Sorry for the mess. This is the mess from getting the gigantic shuttle back. There's stuff everywhere. Okay, that's it. Amazing items. We had a Nintendo 64. We had comics. We had little Letty graded items. We had items that I'm going to be sending off for grading that have been signed by people that helped make the Star Wars movies. We had the Imperial shuttle that's graded with no cracks. Again, I was so nervous opening it because when I saw how big it was, I just knew that it had a high possibility of getting cracked with how heavy the item is. But it was packed very well by AFA, and I've got to say that AFA, my experience, this is the only thing I've ever sent to AFA is this item. And from the second I ordered the item to shipping it, they notified me every step of the way when it came to the grading process. The only thing that was a shocker was the $400 to get this thing back to me, because it did cost us $400 to get that to AFA. It was way cheaper than, I think it was like $130 is what we paid in shipping costs. So not sure how this cost $400, but it could have been the insurance that was added to it because of the price tag that is on this item. I'm unsure, but amazing items. So that was 1 month that passed. Let's see what happens. Well, I'll be gone for 2 weeks, and I'm gone right now. So it might take a month and a half, and then we'll do another one of these videos to see all the other items that have come back into my collection. I've got tons of CAS unboxings that are going to happen because I've got a ton of items still with CAS. I have over 100 items still there. I think it's like 120 items I have with CAS. So we're going to be doing unboxings. We still have the eBay listing videos that'll be coming out every single Wednesday. And I've got more collection-focused videos that'll be happening. I'm going to go see the Phantom Menace in theaters, and I got a whole production coming up for that, and that'll be coming out maybe in a couple weeks, because I think it's May 4th or May 5th I'm going to be seeing that movie. I already have the tickets, and so we're going to do a whole thing about everything. I'm going to do a toy review of everything that I have Phantom Menace in my collection. We're going to go see the movie again. I'm going to purchase everything that they've got at the theater. We know I'm going to do that. Anything that's Phantom Menace or Star Wars related, I'm purchasing. And we'll do a review on all that stuff. That's coming up. And make sure, if you didn't do it in the beginning of the video, you do it now for me. Please help. It's analytics. Everything's controlled by analytics these days. And the more people that click like, subscribe, click the bell notification, and leave comments, it helps bring more people that love Star Wars to my YouTube account, and I would really appreciate it. And until the next time, if I make it back from my vacation, who's your daddy? Or who was your daddy? And until the next time, who's your daddy? And until next time. And until the next time, who's your daddy? Like that? Yeah. Guys, for reals.